Coming up on Tiger News, the latest on Black History Month. We'll tell you what events are happening later in this week.
Also, how safe are you and your family when going to the local mall? We have a report on the latest crime trends. Tiger News starts now.
And hello and welcome to another edition of Tiger News. I'm Andre Lacey.
And I'm Carmen Dar, and thank you for joining us. The University of Memphis is wrapping up Black History Month. Several organizations have put a lot of effort into making this month meaningful. With only a few events left, several students continue to take time and participate in them. Black History Month is a time when the culture comes together to celebrate milestones African Americans have achieved. Beale Street Music Festival has returned after 2 years of being canceled due to the coronavirus. The event is set to take place at the end of April in downtown Memphis. They've picked several artists to perform throughout the weekend. You can find the complete lineup on their website.
Nearly 3 weeks after the winter storm that left 272,000 Memphians without power, MLG&W has finally restored electricity to 99% of their customers. There are currently still 112 customers that are still without power. You can check the electric outage map on the MLG&W website. Mississippians are traveling miles away from home to find jobs in Memphis. Some haven't found stable employment in their towns. Here's Portia Hernandez with more information about a local family who has to travel for work.
Behind me is the house of a family who seems to can't find a better job in their city, so they commute to another state to find a better pay. The Jackson family are residents of Senatobia, Mississippi who work in Memphis but struggles to find employment opportunities near their home. However, since the pandemic, employment opportunities skyrocketed after the recent unemployment rate plummeted to 4.2% in November from reaching about 15% in May. But why hasn't Senatobia presented jobs to their residents? Carol Jackson said that because she hasn't found a job closer to her home, it has put a toll on her car traveling to work.
From my house to my job, each way is like 70 miles a day, and it takes about approximately 45 minutes to get there.
I asked Jackson about Senatobia jobs, and she said,
They have a few warehouse jobs, but I'm really not familiar with too many of them.
Because of low-income jobs in Mississippi, Darcy Butert drives 50 minutes from his Senatobia home to Arkansas for work.
There's not very many jobs around here in Senatobia with enough money for a family man to survive on.
I reached out to the city hall to ask about any great job opportunities in the city, and the person we spoke with did not give a name, but claims there are jobs in the town. After Googling jobs in Senatobia, I mostly found housekeeping, truck, and fast food jobs. But there may be hope for the city's future employees by reaching out to the WIN Job Center. WIN is designed to present jobs to city residents who are in need of one. It is located on the Northwest Community College campus in Senatobia.
And that was Tiger News' Portia Hernandez. It's been 2 years since the coronavirus hit the United States. Cases seem to be failing, but not quite over yet. When we come back, see how COVID is still affecting the Mid-South.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel.
Kids use music as a way to provide language for their emotions.
Talking about my feelings with my mother, I'm gonna just be quiet. In the back of my head, I'm like, man, this ain't it.
I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Come on! Go, Diane! Yeah, keep it going! Yeah! Go, honey!
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Due to the ongoing pandemic, many people are still precautious around other people, especially since a new strain was found this past December. As college students plan their return back to campus, what could that mean for the upcoming semester? With more on the news story, here's Tiger News' Gabrielle Noel.
This past December, COVID-19 had another outbreak. Now with school back open for spring semester, what does that mean for the University of Memphis students? Tiger students have returned back to campus for the following semester. As students get readjusted to being back in person, Memphis has provided tips on how to remain safe during these times. They've placed safety protocols around the school as well as on their sites. With the semester just beginning and COVID still being around, one student shares his thoughts on how he feels returning back after another outbreak occurred a few weeks ago.
At first I was nervous due to the COVID spike that happened late December, early January. However, the numbers have dwindled, and I can say that I'm pretty excited to be back on campus.
Memphis will continue to promote different safety measures that students can take to ensure a good semester. As far as what the rest of the spring semester may look like, that remains to be seen.
With the pandemic still looming in its second year, many families have lost their jobs and unfortunately their homes. The Dorothy Day House offers those who have financial, domestic, or substance issues to live there temporarily until the family is ready to relocate. Unlike the shelters, the family is not separated. This space provides resources to parents and children. This includes tutoring, financial advising, and transportation. The Dorothy Day House was the start, and they have since expanded. 2 other homes have been built to accommodate more families, Joseph and Loretta's houses. These homes allow up to 4 families at a time, and families can stay up to 6 months.
Local businesses are still suffering from COVID-19. One restaurant manager we talked to says it's been tough. He talked to Tiger News about how they handled this situation. With more on the story, here's Caroline Jones.
COVID-19 continues to negatively affect local restaurants.
Business has been down for many local establishments since the pandemic started. Alchemy Memphis is a local restaurant that has been suffering through a lack of customers. This started when they had to shut down dine-in services at the beginning of the pandemic, and things have not gotten better. Camille Jones, general manager of Alchemy, has seen all of these changes take place.
Well, to start off with, at the beginning of the pandemic, we had to switch to go only. And that definitely switched things up a bit. And then since we've reopened, it's just been more so the lack of business that has changed for us.
Alchemy says they hope that with some special deals and more time, business will return to normal. For Tiger News, I'm Caroline Jones.
With crime rising, how safe are you and your family when going to your local mall? And how could a forgotten building be getting a renovation here in Memphis? Find out when we come back.
My kids put skis on as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
Memphis may be known for its history and great food downtown, people without housing shelters beside the buildings. Here's Portia Hernandez with more on this story.
Bluff City has more and tourist sites to see. People are seeing men and women subjected to homelessness in various places. On North Main Street in Exchange, there's much to explore. How about riding a trolley? Viewing the map of Memphis, or even statues. But for some, the view of people without housing and their belongings cluttered on benches and concrete give away the experience of city views. Lily Robinson said that her financial status is what contributes to her homelessness.
All my SSI checks, I didn't get them. They won't give me my money. I got a letter today from Social Security.
According to Community Alliance for the Homeless of Shelby County in 2021, the homeless rate has lowered by 430 people since 2016. After speaking with Ms. Robinson and a couple of others from her community, they all have one thing in common: the lack of financial needs.
The Wolf Chase, Oak Court, and Collierville malls are some of Memphis's popular shopping centers. But how safe are they? Tiger News' Brandon Justice took a closer look.
Customers are always looking out for the best deals, but they may want to look out for crime at the locations that they shop at.
Nothing gets people more in the spirit to shop than tax season. One popular location for shoppers is the Wolf Chase Galleria. However, according to Memphis Data Hub, they had over 400 reported crimes, such as motor vehicle theft, aggravated assault, to robbery from February 2021 to 2022. This is not surprising to some frequent shoppers.
It's not necessarily surprising. I can't deny, I wouldn't expect it to be that much, but it doesn't surprise me that a lot of crime happens there.
What may be surprising is in the same time frame, the Oak Court Mall had around 300 reported crimes, such as vandalism, robbery, and even arson. Still, some shoppers can resist those good deals.
If it's a deal, then I'm not gonna lie, for me personally, I'm gonna shop. Like, I believe that, you know, I'm covered, so God got me, I'm gonna shop.
The Collierville Mall, on the other hand, only had one reported crime: simple assault.
Well, obviously, it's definitely a really big gap, but then again, I've been to the Collierville Mall as well, and it seems way more refined, and people tend to be very, like, get in and get out, whereas with Oak Court, I feel like people stick around, and that's usually what causes a lot of problems.
When you're doing your shopping, don't shop alone, check your surroundings, and most importantly, lock your doors. Reporting for Tiger News, I'm Brandon Justice.
There are some big changes happening in downtown Memphis. With more on the story, here's Alan Avant.
After 7 years of vacancy, the tallest building in the city of Memphis is in store for a restore. The Downtown Memphis Commission, along with the Downtown Mobility Authority, have chosen a local development group to revitalize the historic 100 North Main building in downtown Memphis. The group, known as the 100 North Main Development Partners, plan to create a high-quality development that fits the downtown context and exemplifies design excellence while preserving some of the historic architecture that the building offers. The DMC's president and CEO, Paul Young, says that bringing the 37-story building back to life will produce a sense of safety and vitality to the area.
Important that building is activated with some commercial uses on the ground floor, and that the upper floors have uses that bring that 18-hour vibrancy that we talk about quite often.
Construction is expected to start at the beginning of 2023 with hopes of completion by 2025. Reporting for the University of Memphis, I'm Alan Avant.
Looking for good fresh produce? Find out which market to visit. And students need some extra money? Is an opportunity for you. Coming up on Tiger News.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
What do we do? You may not be able to plan ahead for a ghost encounter.
Under the dining table now!
But you can plan ahead for natural disasters. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts.
Maybe it's the apocalypse.
Know your evacuation routes and decide on a safe emergency meeting location.
Here? I know. I want to pick Orlando.
Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. So pass the Proton Pack to the next generation and visit ready.gov/plan to get started.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Where can you go for fresh fruits and veggies? The answer is closer than you might think. Tiger News' Emily Butler is at the Cooper Young Farmers Market to show us how the market is planting seeds of diversity in a local Memphis community.
The Cooper Young Farmers Market is open year-round to serve the community, and it doesn't just stop at providing farm fresh produce. The Cooper Young Farmers Market is the largest year-round market in the Memphis area, which is why market manager Amaranthus Hayden makes ensuring the market is a safe space for everyone such a priority.
You know, like, we're called the Cooper Young Community Farmers Market for a reason, because we are centered around creating community and safe spaces for people.
This Halloween, the Cooper Young Farmers Market held Drag at the Market. This event provided a space for diversity and inclusion, allowing local queens to bring people together by doing what they love.
It's honestly like everything to like have like all these different people here like who would not normally see a drag show get to experience it for the first time. I personally love performing to first timers because it's like that beautiful spark, that instant connection, and here in broad daylight, it's beautiful. No, I want to come back, maybe out of drag and buy some of these delicious goodies.
The Cooper Young Farmers Market is an outlet for many in the Memphis community, standing on their motto to be a community-enriching market in the 901. Open to all year round. Whether you need farm fresh produce or a place for expression, you can find it here every Saturday in the First Congo parking lot from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
The IT help desk is currently hiring. They only accept student workers and the pay starts at $10. For students interested, the help desk will teach you valuable tech skills. If you would like to apply or need help, visit their website at memphis.edu/student-employment.
Looking for events and activities to do? We'll tell you about all the fun coming up.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
How is my little birdykins feeling?
Well, I feel okay. My wing hurts a little bit, but that's okay.
I made the decision to get Big Bird vaccinated because COVID vaccines are the best way to keep yourself, our friends and neighbors, and me safe and healthy.
And it'll help me keep playing with my granny bird and all my friends at school.
Yeah.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Looking for something to do this weekend? For those who enjoy the theater and arts, the theater department will be showing A Bright Room Called Day, Thursday through Saturday night. At the Art Museum, they have the 39th Annual Jury Student Exhibition on display. This showcase features works from the U of M students. And for you sports fans out there, the Memphis Tigers play the Wichita State this Sunday at 1:30. And finally, the Green Mountain Technology Credit Consultant is holding a street festival this Saturday on Cumberland Street. Activities include food, vendors, live entertainment, shopping, karaoke, and more.
The new biopic about the life of Elvis Presley gets a new release date after being postponed by the pandemic. Elvis, starring Austin Butler and Tom Hanks, is the story about the life and legacy of Elvis Presley, with the focus on Presley's relationship with Colonel Tom Parker. The movie was to begin production in early 2020, but was stopped after Tom Hanks and his wife contracted COVID. In late 2020, Hanks was able to return to Australia and continue filming. And yes, you heard that right. The movie about Elvis Presley's life here in Memphis, Tennessee was shot in Queensland, Australia. The movie is now set to release in theaters June 24th.
Shelby County has had some thunderstorms recently with heavy rainfall. With more on the weather, here's Tiger News' Chloe Brannon.
Shelby County and the surrounding areas were under a minor flood watch due to the heavy rainfall. Starting on Monday, we're currently expecting to get rainfall up until Thursday. This has caused the National Weather Service to issue a slight flood warning. As of Tuesday morning, we have had up to 1 to 2 inches of rainfall and are expected to get up to another 2 inches. On Wednesday night and Thursday, there's a 90% chance of rain, with wind up to 10 miles an hour. So try to stay out of low-lying areas, especially sections with poor drainage systems. These places have the most likely chance of flooding. While Friday and Saturday are looking to be a bit cloudy, with the high on Friday being somewhere in the low 40s or high 30s, Saturday's temperatures is looking to be about the mid-40s. But it's not all doom and gloom. The sun is expected to peak out some Friday and Saturday, with Sunday being mostly sunny and a high in the upper 40s, followed with a sunny Monday and a high in the mid-50s. But for now, stay dry out there. For Tiger News, I'm Chloe Brannon.
Memphis baseball just completed their opening weekend. The Tigers won the weekend series against Valpo. Memphis was set to host Central Arkansas on Tuesday, but because of the weather, the game was canceled. The Tigers will be back in action at 4 p.m. on Friday at home. Check out GoTigersGo.com for a complete baseball schedule.
And that's all that we have for today's short edition of Tiger News. Thank you for joining us.
Make it a wonderful day.